Right, as we mentioned, activists from around the world, they're heading towards Egypt. They're going to take part in what's being called the Global March to Gaza. They're hoping to pressure the international community, at least, to make sure that there are more humanitarian crossings into the enclave opened. And I believe we can now go to South Africa because I'm afraid I don't have the hard copy of this, so I don't know what the guest's name is, but it might appear on the auto cue, but nothing is moving for me. So if we can keep going, then I can get to the guest's name, because we've had to fix up this guest very quickly because the previous one, their connection dropped out. Roshan Dadoo is the coordinator of the South African BDS Coalition, a member of South African Jews for Free Palestine. Roshan, thank you. Sorry for the confusion. I just wanted to thank you for coming in at late notice, because we were supposed to speak to someone in South Africa, but the line dropped out. Tell us about this march to Gaza and South Africa's involvement.
Hi, well, I am speaking to you from Johannesburg. I'm the coordinator of the South African BDS Coalition and a member of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign. And we're here supporting the people that are going from South Africa. There's a delegation that it's on its way. They should be arriving tomorrow, of around 50 people just from South Africa. And when you consider that there are people coming from all over the world, it's going to number thousands. And I think it goes to show that people around the world have a heart, and certainly the South Africans are carrying the hearts of all South Africans. They're intending to reach to the Rafah border if they are able to, along with the thousands of people coming, as I said, from across the world. There are parliamentarians, there are diplomats, there are ordinary people. And there's a huge convoy also coming across North Africa from Algeria, Tunisia. They are joining into the march, as well as people coming from Mauritania, in fact. So I think it's really going to demonstrate the failure of our governments, that it is left to people, literally ordinary people around the world, to try to force the humanitarian aid to enter Gaza, to keep the border permanently open so that sufficient quantities of humanitarian aid can get through. There are reportedly around 9,000 trucks waiting to get in. And at the same time, we see pictures of devastation, of the ongoing bombing, of the starvation used as a weapon of war by the Zionist state of Israel. So that's what people are saying. Enough is enough. It's up to us, the people, but we don't think that the governments should be let off the hook either.
You said the word Zionism there, Roshan. It seems quite clear that this is not a religious war. This is not Jews against Muslims. But the aim of the Benjamin Netanyahu government could be said to be a Zionist aim. And if you, as a Jew, are supporting the opening of more crossings to help human beings, whatever religion they may be, how would you feel if actually the march to Gaza didn't achieve its aims and the crossings still remain closed? Would it still be worth it?
Definitely. I think it shows just in the fact that people are gathering in such numbers, ordinary people from around the world. It shows that there is still humanity. And it's absolutely true that the state of Israel is based on the political ideology of Zionism, which is an ethno-nationalist ideology. They practice a system of apartheid, and we know in South Africa what that means. And we know also that we have to come together internationally. The support we got for our struggle from the global community, from ordinary people, served to help us in our liberation struggle to achieve the dismantlement of apartheid. And so, yes, the aim for this gathering is definitely the most urgent one, of getting that humanitarian assistance into the people of Gaza, but also getting the occupation forces out of the Gaza Strip and allowing the Palestinian people to determine their future.
Do you think there's any difference between those in the global north and the global south about what's going on, how Israel is policing and attacking and depriving Gazans of almost every single thing that a human needs to stay alive? And one of the reasons I'm saying that, Roshan, is because obviously South Africa is the one that led the case accusing Israel of genocide at the International Court of Justice. The fact that it took South Africa to do so has set the standard for the rest of the world.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that South Africa in particular taking the bold move in the ICJ against Israel under the Genocide Convention proves that the international legal system, has to work for everybody equally. We know that it's not designed to work for the interests of the people in the global south, and we're really testing the limits here and saying, will you accept that it is genocide? It's probable genocide according to the initial statement of the ICJ. The provisional measures that were asked for have all been ignored subsequently by Israel. We see every day on our screens that they are committing war crime after war crime. The bombing continues. It's up to us to literally try and stop it. But we also mustn't let our governments off the hook. As you say, the Western countries are the most complicit. The US is funding the genocide. It's sending arms, money for the military, the UK as well. People are rising up in those countries, in their thousands, in their millions, in fact, to put pressure on their government to stop arming the Zionist Israeli state, stop the genocide. They can literally stop it if they did that, because the Israeli economy itself is tanking thanks to the boycott, divestments and sanctions movement. So we are calling on states. There's something you can do. You did it in the case of apartheid South Africa. You can implement sanctions. We're calling on our government to stop selling coal. We sell coal to Israel that fuels the genocide, fuels the illegal occupation. There are things state parties to the UN must do because they are legally obliged to do so under the rulings of the ICJ in our genocide case, but also in the UN General Assembly, where a supermajority of states voted precisely to end their own complicity.
Roshan Dadoo, thank you so much indeed. Really appreciate that you came to us at late notice. Thanks so much.